All right. I think both of us can probably guess the answer to today's daily question.
Okay.
If you had to choose a specific century that you have not lived in to dress in that way, which century would you want?
I've always wanted to live in kind of the 1910s or 1900s and kind of like that gold mining era.
Yeah, but you lived in the 1900s, so it's disqualified.
That's funny. Wait, it has to be outside of...
Yeah, a century that you have not lived in.
Oh, maybe I don't have an answer. All of mine are in the 1900s.
That's why I gave that caveat.
Well, dang. Okay. Then 1800s?
Okay, why?
Because it's close to the 1900s.
Okay, go ahead and tell us why you like the 1900s so much.
Well, when I was younger, I got to be a junior docent at a place here called Rockledge Ranch. And you would dress up similarly to how they would dress, and you would live the pioneer life. And then you would live the pioneer life, and people would come and tour the Colorado houses. And they would just kind of get to, it was like a living museum.
Yeah.
And so one of the houses I got to be in was in the early 1800s, and one of the houses I got to be in was in the late 1800s. And I was like a maid in the second one. And I mean, yeah, it was just, I don't know. I just like that life. It's a little bit glorified in my mind.
Oh, totally.
I mean, I know that we have a lot more health stuff now that they did not have, but I kind of just like the simplicity of it all. And I like wearing dresses. So, yeah. What about you?
I think mine would probably be somewhere in like the 1400s when you still have knights and really any period of time where it's appropriate to wear a cloak, I guess. Because I think that would be cool.
That's good.
So, yeah, sometime in the 1400s, probably.
All right.
Okay. Today we're talking fashion, originally set up to be embarrassing fashion trends. But then you were like, I don't think I have any. So,
I mean, I have terrible photos, but it's not because of my outfits.
what do you mean?
Like, it's because of my silliness. Like, they're just dumb photos, or I am still and was very goofy. And so I have lots of photos of me being goofy, but it's not because of what I'm wearing.
So let's go back to the beginning of our lives. Not the very, very beginning, but
Sure.
before we were dressing and picking out our clothes for ourselves, 90s, I was definitely the kid that was wearing those short cargo pants with the like
They could zip off.
striped polo.
Oh, yep.
You know, that whole outfit. Big pants, big shirts.
Yep. I wore a lot of play clothes, like a lot of stuff that I could get dirty. But the couple of things that I specifically remember from kind of my childhood was that I had very long legs and a very small waist. And that was before they had the elastic in the pants.
Yeah.
Or it was just coming out because I could only get my pants at like the Gap because they were the ones who were doing that at the time. But basically you can just picture a kid with too short of pants always. And then I think for a while, I honestly just wore New Balance sneakers, the white ones with the navy in on the side, and I would just graduate sizes, but it'd be the same shoe every year because I think it was partially because my mom encouraged it and partially because I wanted to be able to do whatever when I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
And not be limited by, our daughter was literally wearing heels today, playing on the jungle gym. And I was like, I wouldn't want to do that. Like,
your mom probably wouldn't have let you do that either.
No. I probably wore heels or equivalent shoes for Easter or something special, but not all the time. But like at school, I had to wear a uniform for a lot of my elementary years. And I wanted to be able to run whenever we would have, gym class and stuff. And I never wanted to be limited by the shoes that I was wearing.
Yeah. When I was, I think between maybe 2 to 4. So I think it spanned past 3 just a little bit on either side. I don't remember. My outfit for an entire summer was big purple Barney boots that were like space boots, a diaper, and a yellow helmet with Sesame Street stickers on it.
Nice.
And I wore that every single day, at least according to my mother.
That's amazing.
And there's some pictures for it too.
Our son kind of does that now.
Yep.
He was real upset that I wouldn't let him wear his football man jersey today because it's dirty.
Yep.
I need to wash that, by the way.
Yeah. He's out of the excavators this week and into
football jerseys.
Yep.
Well, and your sister gave me grief because she was like, because the jersey that we have is for the Chargers.
Oh, okay.
And she was like, that is the worst team you could choose. And I was like, he likes football. He likes blue.
Mm-hmm.
This jersey was also a hand-me-down.
Yeah.
I don't care what team it is.
And literally neither of us knew.
I don't even know what
team
state the Chargers are from. It's just a lightning bolt.
I didn't
and
even
I know that's
that
a
much.
Charger, but I don't even know what state they're associated with.
Yeah, if he gets into sports, he's going to be pretty alone in that upbringing.
I mean, I'll probably watch some of it with him. But yeah, no.
We had a uniform, a really strict dress code in high school.
Okay.
And because it was me in high school, I tried my best to do whatever I could to either frustrate or bypass the rules. For my senior photo, they didn't let us do anything interesting. It was just normal school photos for our senior portraits.
Oh, sure.
And so I wore this really bad clashing plaid shirt with a plaid tie. And
Nice.
just made it as awful as I could as my sort of little bit of rebellion in the midst of it.
Wow.
But I definitely wore clashing plaids a lot at school.
Interesting.
And I think it's probably because I had just come off of homeschool and didn't know how to dress myself. Still.
Well, I mean, I feel like I'm always and have forever been and will probably continue to be at least 6 months behind trends. I don't like to buy in right away because I don't like to spend money. And two, I like to kind of wait to see if it's going to hold or if it's going to go away quickly.
Sure.
Because again, if I'm going to invest in something, I just don't want to invest in something that's going to be gone in a long time.
Yeah.
Or in a short time, rather. And I just think I can look back on my middle school years and see that come through of like my friends would have these like American Eagle jeans or Aeropostale or whatever was big during that time, or they would wear the multiple collared shirts and stuff.
Gosh, it's the worst.
I never bought into that one because I was like, I would be so hot if I wore two shirts. Like I already sweat too much for a young woman that I'm just going to make it so much worse if I'm going to be wearing two shirts. So it took me forever to be like my peers and wear camis under things or whatever because I'm like, no, I'm just going to be too hot. And I kept my hair short because I didn't want to do anything with it. Or I would only do it in a ponytail.
Yep.
And my mom wasn't able really to do my hair very often or wasn't willing. I would have gone bald if she would have let me. But I mean, I had like chin length hair for like my entire school years.
I had longer hair than you.
Golly.
In high school.
Oh, I do have one small traumatic memory as we're talking about uniforms and stuff.
Ooh, fun.
I know. This was in New Mexico when I was going to Enchanted Hills Elementary. And they were doing this. I don't even know what it was. I just remember there were helicopters. And we were supposed to, as the whole school, form the American flag on the soccer field.
Wow.
And so each class was assigned, I mean, our colors were like red, white, and blue, and then also green. We could wear like a forest green as well. And so each class was assigned a color, and it just happened to be a time when my mom apparently didn't know what was happening.
Oh, no.
And I didn't know what was happening. So my whole class is like wearing red.
Yeah.
And I come in a green shirt. So it's not even like I'm one of the colors of the flag. I'm just wearing green. And I remember it being like a turtleneck and long sleeves.
Oh, gosh.
Luckily, when you have one wrong color in the midst of a sea of correct colors, they still let me participate. But I was definitely in a red stripe in a green shirt.
So if you're ever seeing a photo of Enchanted Hills Elementary making the flag and you see a green,
that's me. that is me. My little blonde hair. Yep.
That's really funny.
Yeah. But I feel like I've seen a lot of pictures of you. Like you've like followed trends, but it's like
Badly.
But it's like the hipster following trends. So it's not like what's super popular at the time, but it's like the level below that. Or like
sure.
you
it's
were
like a
emo.
subculture. Yeah, emo.
Yeah, like you leaned into that.
Yeah.
You had terrible hair.
I would still do it today if I could. My hair is cut in such a way that I could do the bangs. Every morning when I go to do my hair, I comb it forward. It does the bangs. I have a small emo moment, and then I push it back into adulthood.
Where are you?
And I'm so sorry. Yeah. That really got funny. You, huh? Yep. No, I have not had a good track record with fashion probably until the day I met you. Because I feel
like you looked really hipstery and
so like
DLA.
when I met you, yeah, it was that season of my life where I actually was around really trendy people who dressed well and bullied me if I didn't, in kind ways. Because I think we all need some bullying in our lives.
Is it just peer pressure? Is it bullying?
No, like picking on you of like, you look like a total dork.
Oh, okay.
That's stupid. You shouldn't be wearing white socks. You look like
White socks are back though.
They are back now, but they weren't. And then it went to no socks. You shouldn't be wearing socks because otherwise you look like a dork.
And now millennials, you can tell the difference between the people who are wearing no-show socks and the people who are wearing crew socks. And that already gives away their age.
It does, yeah. And I think I've become a little bit more comfortable with adjusting my clothing to keep up with the social norms. I'm still very much a skinny jeans guy, but with that going out, I'm okay with more of the regular leg here and there, right? But like the skinny leg is still a comfort. But I had no awareness really of what trends there were in fashion or what looked good and what didn't until those college years when I was in DLA.
Yeah. Well, and I don't think I ever had any bullying. So
nice.
At least not that I was aware of with regards to my clothes. But I think I have more so like tried to follow the people in my Bible study and like what they're wearing. But I also will 100% turn down a trend if it doesn't make sense for me and who I am. So, for example, the crossbody bags that are like Lululemon and they're just like little squares. I have yet to buy one of those because I was like, okay, well, that's just a fanny pack.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get a fanny pack that has more pockets than one because it's going to be way more functional for me. And it's not this big old square that you're wearing on your chest. Mine's a lot closer to my body. It's a lot slimmer. And I can throw it around my back and it won't look that weird. And I can literally wear it as a fanny pack, which I did at Mardi Gras. I straight up wore my fanny pack as a fanny pack underneath my tutu. So you could still see my shirt.
So fashionable.
For Mardi Gras it was. I got compliments on my tutu. But yeah, I don't know. I have to be fine with it. It has to look good for my body type. I'm not just going to buy into something because it's the trend. Like literally my outfit today, I have a bodysuit on because it's slimming for me and it's long enough. Like my torso isn't super long in comparison to some other people who have really long torsos. And I do have on like baggy cargo pants, but they're high-waisted and they fit me really well. And I like high-waisted because after having babies, I'm real happy that high-waisted is a trend.
Not about the low waist coming back?
No. I say no to muffin tops for the rest of your life. Like, I will forever. I want my pants to be at my belly button or above. Like, honestly.
I did that with our son the other day because he has these really nice, almost pinstripe tan pants. And they have like a sweat pant quality to them, but they look like fancy dress, right? Yeah. And they were slightly too big for him. And so I would pull them up over his black t-shirt to the point where it was just like right at his ribs.
Yep. It's like the Phineas and Ferb
so good.
episode where like they release a fashion line and it's just Phineas
and you
Ferb.
Actually see how ridiculous their outfits really are when you see them on normally drawn people.
Yeah. It's so funny. But yeah, I mean, I got so many compliments on these pants today. Like everybody's loved them so far, but it's
you look
like
great.
Thank you. But yeah, it's like I don't know. The trends just really have to make sense for me personally. I mean, I just recently cut my hair with what are these called? Curtain bangs. Yeah.
You were going to call them the other thing, weren't you?
I was, yeah. Well, they're not slut strands unless you're
skiing.
No. I was going to say unless you have like, your hair up.
Sure.
I don't know. Curtain bangs are just more than just one piece. Whatever.
Both of those phrases is better than hair tendrils, which is the other thing people call it.
Face framing pieces, maybe.
That feels so clinical.
I know.
How would you like me to cut your face framing strands?
But regardless, it's like it took me forever. This has been a trend for like 2 years at this point. Mm-hmm. And I was just tired of my plain haircut. And I was like, okay, I want to try something different. I really do like my slut strands. So I want to like just emphasize that more. And well, for the people who are listening that are like, why do they keep calling them slut strands?
I was going to ask you to go into the history of this.
Yeah,
because we're all about etymology and typology.
Yes.
Or
we'll go with that. Mm-hmm. Because I mean, I even brought it up to my hairdresser and I was like, I want slut strands, but more. And she was like, I'm sorry, what? She had never heard that phrase before. But for specifically female snowboarders, when they have their goggles on and their hat on and all their gear, I mean, they look pretty bulky and they can look pretty gender neutral or look really masculine because of just the layers of clothing that they're wearing. So
especially back in the day.
Yes. And so what they would do is they would pull out the front pieces of hair so that you could see them over their goggles, and they would call them slut strands. Why they called them that, I actually don't know.
Because you're putting it out there that you're a chick.
That you're a chick, yeah.
And that's obviously very slutty.
Yeah. I've even seen people do it now where they have their hair completely pulled back and they clip in strands that are like curled.
Yeah.
So that it's just like looks better, I guess. I don't know. Funny. But it makes me giggle when I see that. But yeah, it's all about skiing.
Yeah.
And
it's probably some Colorado thing.
It might be, but yeah, they're slut strands. But yeah, I didn't lean into the getting a curtain bangs thing until it made sense to me. I wanted to change, and I was like, oh, I actually do think.
Except for that one time that you met Shaun White, and then your slut strands were all out.
He did compliment my outfit. So.
Yeah, there you go.
But it was not about my hair. It was about my neon yellow skin tight pants and my 80s diagonal zipper jacket.
Yep.
That was like hot pink.
Yeah. Our ski outfits are their own kind of fashion.
Yeah, that is another thing where I'm like, I could probably buy into the ski onesies now.
Oh, yeah.
Those are really cool. But they're so expensive.
Yeah.
So
I think I'm perfectly comfortable with the discomfort of new fashion trends only if I have people around me affirming it.
Like, hey, that looks good on you.
Yeah, if I have a hype person or like even 2 or 3,
yeah,
I'm willing to do the uncomfortable weird stuff.
Yeah.
And go with it.
Well, you need to speak to your capsule wardrobe. Like if we're talking fashion, we need to talk about how
my lack of it right now.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So it was COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was watching the masterclass videos, and they had what's his face from Queer Eye. And he was talking about something called a capsule wardrobe, which was essentially you can do fashionable dress on a base of this capsule. So you have, I don't even remember fully what it was, but it was like a couple types of jeans, a couple types of shirts, a couple types of shoes and belts, and that was it. And so it's designed to be this really basic template that you can then do fashionable things off of. And so I was at this point where I was ready to step out into some of that discomfort and try to be more fashionable, and was like, okay, I'm going to start just by building this capsule wardrobe.
Yep.
And I was really focused on, what do I feel good in? What do I feel like I look good in this capsule? And found some jeans I really liked, especially sort of the light wash denim, and then black t-shirts. And then what wound up happening was that I just did that and bought 20 black shirts and 3 pairs of jeans. And that's my wardrobe, and has been ever since.
Although you have graduated a little bit and you added some cargo joggers.
I did add some cargo joggers. I added some denim cargo pants too.
Yeah.
That are still joggers, because I don't know. It's taken me a little while to let go of the tightness around my ankles.
Sure. But I mean, it is funny though, because what's crazy is that nobody notices.
No one notices. Legitimately.
Like it's so basic of a wardrobe that it's not like, wow, Trevor, you're wearing a black t-shirt again. Is that the same thing that you wore yesterday? And you're like, no, actually, I have 42
right.
black shirts. He really does.
It's not 42.
Okay, I do the laundry. It is a lot of black shirts.
Yeah, I will bring it up to people and they're like, really? You wear the same thing every day? And I'm like, you've seen me for the past several years.
Well, and I think it's so basic. So like for the example with the pants that I'm wearing right now, they are a bright teal.
Yeah.
You will notice
right.
each and every time I wear these.
Yep.
And if I did wear these every day, you'd be like,
that's fair.
Why are you wearing the same pair of pants every day? Even though we all wear the same pair of pants every day.
Yeah.
We know that. But when they're super vibrant or super obvious, they're going to call you out on it. But a black t-shirt is not super obvious. I mean, if it had like even like a small little toucan or something on it, and you wore that every day, they'd be like, oh, you're wearing the same thing every day.
Right. Well, and it's funny too, because on the days that I won't wear that.
Yeah.
Everybody notices.
Yeah.
And it's like, really funny. There was one time recently where we were at my mom's house.
Yep. I was just going to bring up the same story.
My brother Jack, who is the same height and similar build as me. And
only he has blue eyes and blonde hair.
Yeah. He's far more attractive than I am and much younger.
Disagree.
But
not on the younger part.
Not on the younger part. He was standing next to me holding our daughter, and he was wearing a black t-shirt and I was wearing a white sweatshirt or something.
I think you were in your hot pink shirt.
I was in my hot pink shirt because I do have 1 or 2 other pieces in my wardrobe. I just never wear them. And you had turned to Jack thinking it was me. And then I think my mom did the same thing or something. And there was this big double take of like, wait, well, what?
You're not my husband. What the heck?
Yeah.
It's, I mean, you guys have like a 15-year difference, but just he's, actually hit puberty.
Oh, yeah.
And so he's very much a man now. And it's just, you guys are just very similar in your hairstyle and everything. Yep. And he was holding one of my kids. It was very confusing.
Very confusing. So that's where I am in fashion right now. And I'm actually a big fan of it. I think it offers a lot of consistency. I don't have to think about what I'm wearing. I'm able to make small adjustments like the cargo pants to kind of keep up with trends. And that feels really sustainable to me. I know my answer to this. I have no idea what your answer to this is.
Okay.
If you could choose a specific wardrobe type or trend or ensemble that was really trendy right now, that's different than what you normally wear, what would you want to be able to dress like? So this could be like, I want corsets back. Or
no.
I know you don't, but just to give you an example.
If I could pull it off, which I don't think I can, and that's why I don't do it. There's this girl I follow on Instagram. Her name is Victoria. She's like a personal assistant in New York. It's like Ann Taylor or like.
So it's business casual.
But it's not jeans. It's not what I wear every day. Like it's not like where you still look young or whatever. It's like cropped pants and heels and like a cardigan with like pearls or something. Yeah, I don't even know. But so, like that's the level or the scale that I'm trying to go for, or like businessy. Like if
where you're like wearing
suits and stuff.
Suit or jackets
like,
and
there's just like I was a high school teacher for so long, and you can look professional, but a lot of times it's just easier to just I don't know, wear not blue denim.
Yeah, definitely professional. It's not frumpy. It's not super formal.
Yeah.
You could like reasonably go out to a restaurant in it and not be out of place.
But it definitely speaks of like money. Like, or good thrifting, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
But it's definitely just like a higher end.
Why do you think you can't pull that off?
Because nobody around me pulls it off.
I see.
And so I would stick out if I actually dressed up. Like, I mean, when I first started at my job, I did dress that way a little bit.
Yeah.
And then everybody around me was not dressing that way. And I was like, I don't like that I stick out. So I'm going to go ahead and just be a little bit more casual. And it's comfortable. I mean, it's easy to do that. But like, there is one lady at my work that dresses very professionally, and I just admire it because I'm like, wow, you look so great. And where else would you wear this? And I don't know. It's flattering. It's professional, but nobody around me does it. So
one day when you're speaking or doing events, we're going to make sure that you have a nice wardrobe for it.
But I don't know that I'd want that because the people that I hope to speak to, I'd probably want to look like somebody they could look up to that isn't like so far above them.
Yeah. You're not going after the speaks of wealth, speaks of profession, speaks of whatever you're going for. You're going for, I'm relatable. I'm accessible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that makes a lot of sense. I think that some of why I switched to my, I don't know if we can call it a capsule wardrobe, my cartoon wardrobe.
Johnny Bravo, anyone?
Hate it. Is there was a lot of effort and thought being put towards other people and how they would view me in a day. And a lot of pressure on that too, of not wanting to get it wrong, not wanting to be seen a specific way, and finding that just going very simple and owning it, I felt comfortable in that outfit. And it surprisingly works for almost any environment.
And you can wear shorts and stuff. And you can change the bottoms and nobody's really going to pay attention.
Yep.
Well, okay. So you have to answer the question then too of like, what trend would you lean into?
Emo. 100%.
That's not really a thing though.
I would
now.
It's not. That's what I'm saying though. I would bring it back.
Oh, okay.
Like if I could have something come back.
Do you want to wear eyeliner? What do you really want to do with this?
Yeah.
My dream to me.
My dream. I'd want to be on the level of Seosin or Escape the Fate or some of those other bands that were like real solid. I mean, Seosin is a little bit more on like the post-hardcore emo stage, but I count them, right? And to be that cool with all of the right outfits, because my parents didn't really want to lean into the emo phase, and probably rightfully so, because I wasn't doing it with a good mentality.
Right.
But I wound up like crafting some stuff and it looked terrible. Like I had some leggings that I made into an armband and it was not good at all. I tried dyeing my hair with a Sharpie, like you do, you know, painting my nails with Sharpie too. But I think that's just a normal. Yeah, that's normal.
White out.
Yeah, nice white out. But I think like I would feel really happy if I had an excuse to go somewhere and actually fully dedicate myself to dressing emo and styling that way.
They did an emo cruise, an Emo's Not Dead cruise.
That would be so much fun.
With Matt Cutshall. I
think I just need maybe a single concert where I get to go in costume, essentially.
Yeah.
That would be a blast.
I mean, I bought a dress yesterday and you and I both were like, I don't know about this. And we established it was essentially emo and it did not fit my personality at all. I mean, it looked good on, but it was like, why doesn't this work?
Never be my goth girlfriend.
No. I never did really lean into a skater look, like Avril Lavigne-esque.
Heck yeah.
But I'm real happy that I have not known you in a trend of like really baggy pants or like where your boxers are like hanging or your pants are like halfway down your butt.
I only did that for a short time.
And I'm glad I didn't know you during that time. That's like one of the things where I'm like, okay, why?
Yeah, that one
How do you keep your pants up? That's why you walk so funny, is because you have to walk wide so that your pants don't fall down.
Yeah, and I remember that it was like it had a feel to it that was good, but looking back on it now, that makes absolutely no sense because my pants now will start sagging in the back and all I get is irritated. Maybe it's just because I'm an old man now.
Oh, well, okay. That's funny, though, that you say that because I was trying on shorts yesterday, too. It must be our age. I was like, oh, these are too short.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was like, I need more length on this. Where's the inseam here? But I mean, they had some mini skirts there that I was like, don't bring these back. What happened? We were doing so good. We got the waistline up. We got the hemline down.
Yep.
Like this was going in a good direction. And now they got high waisted and they're bringing the hemline up. And I just am like, no, stop. No.
We're going to have your pants start right under your breasts and then your shorts stop.
Right before the goods.
Oh, God.
Or right after the goods.
I'm glad you helped me because I had no idea how to finish it, but that's not...
Do we need to take that out?
Oh, no, that's so funny. All right.
Okay, if there was one trend from your youth that you could bring back, what would it be?
Okay, apart from emo, I would bring back hipster. I really liked the hipster phase. I liked the rolled up bottom of your pants, no socks with some toms, and like a short sleeve button up collared with a cardigan.
I think you'd still look great in that today. And that wouldn't be too much like off trend or whatever.
Maybe I should just try it one day. Next nice event, I'm going to go hipster.
Okay,
We'll
great.
see how it goes.
Yes. Now I got to think of my answer. Well, the problem is I feel like a lot of the trends that I like are actually back.
Oh, I absolutely agree. I think you are in your fashion era.
Yeah. Like I love skirts and I do like my cargo pants that I'm wearing. And,
and it suits you super well.
One thing that I want to get that I don't yet have, but honestly, my niece was wearing this. She's definitely 6, but she was so cute. She had on a short sleeve shirt and then like a spaghetti strap dress with the buttons down it.
Oh,
like
yeah.
super 90s.
I remember that.
And I was like, I want one of those.
Yeah.
It looks so cute.
Yeah.
So I would love to bring that back. So the 90s, 90s, early thousands is definitely my vibe. I love overalls. I just love that. But I love anything that's super practical. So I'm all about skirts. I want to be able to do a cartwheel.
I like the cargo pants too, because I'm able to put different things in different pockets and just have one thing. But then Jack made fun of me. He's like, you're so old. You're not supposed to use the pockets. And then me being an old man, apparently said, well, what are they there for? Which I feel like is only one step away from you bought them that way.
I tried on a pair of shorts where they were like frayed at the edges and then they had like this almost like square cut out of them on each side. And both my friend and I were like, shouldn't that line be continuous all around? Like, why is this?
This is becoming a very depressing episode.
Why did you buy them this way? Or why would you buy them this way? And I'm like, I straight up tripped and I put a hole in my pants. And that's how or a hole in the knee. And
like, your hole should be earned, not bought. Well, I really like do you remember the teacher who wore the same outfit every single year for his photo?
Yeah.
And he had started teaching in probably his 20s or 30s.
Sure.
And then retired in his 60s or something.
Yeah.
And I think Vsauce, which if you don't know about Vsauce, YouTuber Michael, he's amazing. Go watch his stuff. He made a video about how we only see that clothing as old person clothing because it's what was trendy when they were establishing their fashion and sense of self. And that as they grew older, that was the thing that was comfortable. So for me, skinny jeans are very soon, probably even now, at the point where they're seen as old people clothes.
They're coming back though.
Are they really? That makes me happy. But it's,
how I know that? I don't know how I know that.
It up?
No, somebody said it recently.
You?
No.
Well, anyways, like for me, skinny jeans will always be something comfortable because that's kind of what I grew up with. And so when I'm in my 60s, skinny jeans are going to be the same to us as the mustard polos, right? Where you look at that, or Argyle sweater vest.
Yeah.
Right. We see that combination. We're like, oh, what an ancient person.
There's a lot of women.
Why are you dressed up as an old man
right now?
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that has really helped me in this, like the whole aging process of being able to let go of certain things and adapt certain things, recognize that I'm only choosing it out of comfort, and that it's not bad to keep up with whatever the trend is. And in fact, it's actually a really good growing moment for me too, where because I have such a restricted wardrobe, those changes really push me to figure out, am I comfortable in my own skin, or am I comfortable in my clothing? And I would rather be comfortable in my own skin and uncomfortable in my clothing than feel like I'm comfortable in my own skin, but really it's the clothing.
Yeah.
Life lesson for you kids.
Life lesson.
I just picture our kids listening to this episode in 10 years and how offbeat it's going to feel.
I saw a reel the other day of, she often tries on clothes from her youth, or she goes shopping and is like, oh my gosh, why is that trend back? Oh. And she has like a stink face. She's like, oh my God. And she bought some kind of cargo like pants, and there was a specific pocket on it that was like shaped like a circle.
For your Tamagotchi?
No, it's like a bigger circle. And so she found a portable CD player and put it in there with her corded headphones or whatever. And she was like, okay, what would I like actually use this pocket for these days? And she grabbed a muffin and put it in her pocket. Because let's be honest, funny. What are your cargo pants for?
That's really funny.
If not for snacks.
I mean, I was definitely the kid. I think most boys were back in the early 2000s, where you kind of played the who can have the weirdest thing in your pockets. And you'd always win if it was a chicken leg.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know why. I think it probably showed up in a show. It was probably Even Stevens or something. But if you could pull a chicken leg out of your cargo pants, you won the competition. I'm going to do daily question and then rapid fire into the edification to wrap us up.
You mean table question?
Yep.
Or
table question.
Dinner table,
whatever.
Whatever we call it.
You know what we call it. I think it's worthwhile to ask the person that you're sitting with what their favorite trend was and where they felt most comfortable or most like cool, hip, trending, whatever it is. Because I think it says a lot about the person and brings back a lot of nostalgia and is diverse. Like, I don't know if I would have been able to guess too many places for you or vice versa, really.
I could have guessed the emo thing, though.
Yeah, but that wasn't the most comfortable or where I felt most trendy. That was definitely hipster.
Yes.
Right? My edification for you is that regardless of the trends, I think that you are getting prettier and prettier as you get older. And I don't think that's ever going to stop.
I hope it doesn't.
Maybe when you're 70, I'll change my mind. We'll see when they get
you're
there.
You're ugly now.
Oh, who's this old woman I'm married to? And then you'll just be able to respond with,
I'm married to an old man now, too.
Yeah.
Or something more clever at that point.
You have plenty of time to think about it. You have several decades now.
To come up with my comeback. I'll need it.